Since I'm not really in the business of making clickbait garbage, here's the tier list in its entirety. So if that's all you're really interested in seeing here, then here you go. There's also a link in the description to a direct image link. These weapons have been placed in these tiers by a survey undertaken by Reddit user Felsordaud, and given there was just shy of 1,000 responses, I think it gives a pretty good idea to where the multiplayer community places these weapons in terms of overall effectiveness. I've dropped a link in the description for those who'd like to participate in this survey or just to see the results of it. You'll notice that I've given each weapon in this list a colour which represents their rarity, and I think when you visualise the information like this, it's actually kinda sad. 2/3 of all the ultra-rare weapons in the game are on a similar level or outclassed by every single common weapon in the game, the weapons you start out with. Remember, this isn't my personal opinion on the matter, it's a collective opinion of hundreds upon hundreds of multiplayer enthusiasts who are dedicated to the game enough to actually join a multiplayer-specific community. In my opinion, it's the ultra-rares that require the most attention to them right now, because 2/3 of the rarest weapons in the game should not be performing as badly as they currently are. Now that being said, there is another point of discussion to be made about the only weapon which is currently residing in the top tier of weaponry, and that's the Vanquisher. A few of you have been asking for my perspective on the Vanquisher's place in multiplayer, so this bit's for you. This weapon, in my opinion, is not overpowered in the slightest. However, I do think it's deserving of a nerf. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If it's not overpowered, then why would it need a nerf, right? Well, the problem with the Vanquisher is that it makes other weapons, specifically sniper rifles, obsolete. There's no reason to use a Black Widow when the Vanquisher 8 will deal the same damage as the Black Widow 1, but with a higher fire rate, more rounds in the magazine, more ammo in reserve, and a better weight capacity. Similarly, there's no reason to use the Valiant when the Vanquisher deals significantly more damage, has the same weight capacity while only getting one less round in the magazine and having marginally slower rate of fire as a trade-off. So my proposed nerf to the Vanquisher is to increase its weight capacity. This wouldn't lower any time to kill values, and it would make the Valiant more viable on casters. I would also propose a buff to the base damage and armor penetration of the Black Widow, and a bonus headshot multiplier to the Valiant to enhance its niche as a lightweight precision sniper. All of these changes would retain the Vanquisher's viability as a solid tier 1 sniper rifle, while giving its ultra-rare counterparts a defined niche in which they would outclass the Vanquisher in. I will also add that I am of the opinion that weapon rarity should correspond to viability, however, ultra-rares are the exception here. I think ultra-rares should function in a similar way to how Destiny handles exotic weapons, in that they don't always have to be the best in class objectively, but they should feel unique in terms of how they actually perform. What I will say though is that all ultra-rares should, in my opinion, be in the top 2 tiers in terms of objective viability as well. Rares should mostly occupy tier 2, uncommons in tier 3, and commons in the lowest tier. Of course there'd be some overlap, but on the whole I think we should be seeing the rarer weapons higher up on the list of viability. And that's all I really have to say on the topic. Hopefully a few patches down the line this tier list will be obsolete and be replaced by one which has a lot more weapons, specifically ultra-rares, occupying the top spots. Anyway, as I said before, I'll leave you the survey in which the data was collected, along with a direct link to the image that's been displayed on screen for you to use as you wish. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.